What is up? What is up? What is up, everybody? It's your boy, Steve. Tonight we've got a special guest with my boy, Wayne, and we're going to go ahead and bring him out. So without further ado, let's go ahead and bust Wayne's intro for him. Wayne Howell, everybody, bringing the Texas heat.
Generally speaking, with the General. Texas Heat with your boy, Wayne. Get ready. Are we having fun yet? How about now?
Old school heat.
Wayne's lighting it up now. 3, 2, 1, go!
What's going on, Wayne?
Happy September 10th. It's your boy, Wayne.
That's what I'm talking about, brother.
Man,
So,
look, man, I got this from some dude selling shirts in Daytona. I don't know where it came from, but
hey, that guy, he's all right, I guess. He's all right.
man,
Hey,
it's a
so,
nice shirt, though.
So, Wayne, tell everybody a little bit about yourself, man. Introduce yourself, man.
Man, Wayne Howell, live in Houston, Texas. I lived here since 1967, and ironically, as long ago as that was, that's not where I found my first herp. Found my first herp in Lubbock, Texas, when I was like 4.5 years old, and when that thing spit blood all over the front of me, freaked me out. But I thought that was so cool, man, and I just kind of took it from there. When I moved to Houston, man, it was all over with, man. Snakes all over the neighborhood, and I thought they were super cool. 62 years old now, and I'm still doing it, man. I love it.
There you go. There you go. So I got a little bit of time with you and Caleb down in Daytona, where we got to hang out just in the room and kicking it at the bed and breakfast. And, you know, you were telling me some stories, and I was like, dude, these are golden. And I know your stories, that just a few that we went through. So I snagged up some pictures of stuff that I personally thought was exceptional. And I thought maybe you could tell everybody, first of all, what it is. Because even myself, I'm not totally versed in what some of these species are. And I guess let's go ahead and kind of roll it. I am going to go ahead and let's see here. We're going to start with a specific picture. Because you told me that this is somebody that you have been going out and herping with for quite some time. And of course, now I can't seem to find the picture. That's how it always happens. Man, where did it go?
I think the snake that you're talking about, you got the story right, but it's not. The snake was years ago. So, but the story was back then. So. But it's the same person that I've been herping with found this one, so I think that's kind of where the confusion might be.
So yeah, do you want to go ahead and I guess kind of maybe pay her a little bit of love and tell about some of the people that go out and have gone out with you herping and stuff, Wayne?
Man, so usually my prerequisite is you want to go snake hunting with me. Well, male or female, it don't matter. You need to pay half the trip. I get to keep the gray bands. It sounds very selfish, but that's the way it goes. You can keep other snakes, but this is Meredith right there. You're showing. She's been herping with me for 25 years. We met when Caleb was only 6 months old, and she took a liking to an interest, I should say, about the snake hunting, and she was so interested in doing it. She asked if she could go with me sometime, and we went on a trip. Went on another trip. I don't know the dates or the times that we caught the snakes, but ever since that time, I would not have caught of 6 or 7 alternative by now if it hadn't been for her. Everybody knows her in the industry. If you know me, you know her. Everybody thinks she's my second wife, right? It's kind of funny, but she has eyes that eagle eyes is her nickname, and she can see stuff that I would not even think about noticing, like a little speck of orange on a rock cut 13 or 14 feet up. And I tell you what, I've learned to, when she says go back, stop or go back, you go back, because every single time it's been a gray banded king snake. Every time.
And you said that, I didn't know that from the little bit of stories that you had told me at the hotel. You took her out on her first little snake hunt as well?
Oh man, the first time we went out was, she actually met me in Del Rio, and I was coming back from West Texas, and we hunted 277 that night. We did not catch an alternative that night, but I was coming back from Arizona is where I was coming back from, and I had, you know, blacktail rattlesnakes with me and all kinds of stuff, and putting them on the bed and photographing them. And, you know, it wasn't the most professional deal, right? But got the old Motel 6 bedspread on there, which everybody, if you're an old herper, you recognize, and it makes you laugh because everybody knows where you were. And just took some pictures of them. And this was back in, God, early 2002 or 3, maybe 2002, maybe. But anyway, she just she thought it was really cool. She liked me because I had the passion. I spoke very passionately about my hobby, and she likes that. I actually had a pulse, as she says. A lot of people she meets don't have pulses, and they don't interest her, but we got along great. I talked to her an hour and a half the first night I met her on the phone, and we met through snakes because a neighbor had killed a cottonmouth that came from her yard. Her name was Pam, and she goes, Pam, you know, a snake is in your yard. You need to be careful. She was saying that, you know, I don't know where the snake is, but be careful. So she calls back and says that I killed your snake. She goes, oh, what makes it my snake? Well, it came from your yard. I said, why'd you kill it? She goes, well, it's a cottonmouth. And she goes, how do you know it's a cottonmouth? She goes, well, it's a cottonmouth. This lady's from Michigan. I don't think they have cottonmouths up there. I'm not real sure, but how would she know what a cottonmouth is? So anyway, well, Meredith, her husband, says, well, let's find out what it is for sure. She cut it in pieces. Thing's dead. And he goes, hey, this is Wayne's World of Snakes. He's here in Houston. He's local. Call him. He'll know what it is. This is year 2000. Caleb, like I said, was 6 months old. It was the summer of 2000. So anyway, I called her up 11 o'clock at night, really late. She thought it was her husband, and, you know, he was out in Russia doing a job or something. Works on, oh, yeah. She thought it was her husband calling because it was so late. Well, no, it was me, because she had left me a message earlier telling me the story, wanting to know what kind of snake it was. Anyway, I talked to her for like an hour and a half. Had such a good time talking to her. Got along great on the phone. She invited me, my wife, and Caleb over for dinner, and that's how we met. And she just took an interest in the passion I had for reptiles, and she's been snake hunting with me ever since. And that's how that.
I love it.
Yeah,
I love it. So now I'm gonna throw up some snake pictures for you.
Okay.
And we'll just see. And Wayne doesn't know exactly what pictures I grabbed because I just went over and I was like, oh wow, this is awesome. So we'll just kind of let you reminisce. And dude, where was this one at, Wayne?
All right. This is one of the snakes that was on the River Road out in West Texas. It's also south of Lajitas, or actually I should say west of Lajitas, between Presidio and Lajitas, in a very popular area to herp in. And I was coming back. They got a big hill there. It's the biggest, tallest paved grade in the state of Texas. They call it the Big Hill. All the herpers are familiar with it. Well, when I
Makes
get
sense.
bored on the west side, which is usually too hot, a lot of times it gets too hot, you move to the east side, which is 10 degrees cooler. Well, I went on the east side, and I was 1 mile south of Lahitas, or west of Lahitas, and there was this copperhead about 1.5 2 feet long, laying facing the river and the guardrail. And there was another one about 13, 15 feet up the road. Like, I thought I was seeing double. In fact, was it you that told?
Yes.
Caleb even says, hey, there's another one up there. They were like laying in the same fashion. It was just like seeing double. I've never seen that before. 2 copperheads laying right there. And I went and grabbed this one because I still call, I'm old school, Trans-Pecos copperheads. I don't like this Eastern copperhead crap. I don't want to even acknowledge it. I like the Trans-Pecos copperhead. I want to keep it like that. So this is Trans-Pecos copperhead I caught, and the other one was just identical to this one. And I was able to catch both of them. I caught 3 of them that night. And the venomous stuff was just crawling everywhere. But I've never seen that scenario when there's a lane in the road facing the river on the guardrail, getting ready to go towards the river. It's just,
Man,
it's just weird.
The head
look
looks
at it.
so good. The richness of the color.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
just
the copperheads are gorgeous out there. That's really the only ones I really am interested in breeding. But however, I do have some copperheads from the Sanderson area that are just knockout, like light slate gray with just copper as copper can be. I think they're just gorgeous animals. They're so underrated. They're so underrated. But that's one of the snakes I like to breed and mess with and photograph. So I caught like 3 of them that night. It was a good night.
That's awesome. Okay, this little beauty, and I gotta say this too, Wayne. The pictures are dynamite.
Oh, thank you.
Dynamite. They just look so good. Do you remember this little beauty?
That was caught about not even an hour before I saw the copperhead that I just talked about.
Was it? Oh man!
Same road. It was I caught 2 copperheads and I caught 2 rock rattlesnakes. This one was the first one, and it was a Colorado Canyon down in the river road, and I call it Lepidus Alley because that's the only snakes I've ever seen at this 1 mile stretch. It goes around the curves, and it's like about 3 curves, and they got guardrails on the side, and there are beautiful rocks on the right if you're going towards Presidio. And this thing was laying right in the road. I was hoping it was a female, but it's a very nice buckskin male, the biggest one I've ever found out there. And he's in my collection now. I love that thing. It's just gorgeous animal. And on the way back, I caught one that was a little baby. I mean, I'm talking 6 inches long. I saw him in the road. So I got 2 beautiful rock rattlesnakes on one end of the road, and back towards Lahitas, 2 beautiful copperheads. It was a venomous kind of night. Let's put it that way.
What a score! So
that was like a month ago.
With me not being as versed in that stuff, I did come out to Texas and went to my first venomous show out there. It was definitely a lot of fun for me because I saw a lot of stuff that I don't get the chance to see. I did see a few rock rattlesnakes in there. Is there a lot of variation in the color? Because the one that I saw was like a dusty gray.
There's a lot of variation. So you went to Jesse's show, which is in San Antonio. Yeah. There are a lot of, I mean, you got the Mike Price goes there a lot. He's got the Palencios. They're actually out of Arizona and in New Mexico border. He has some of those. He likes to sell some Mexican species. They all look different. The Texas, I mean, you've got, yeah, they're all different. I mean, they're not all the same. I've caught very, very nice powder white Lepidus that, I mean, so light, it's almost a light bluish color like that. See, that snake right there that's on the screen.
Phenomenal.
What that one, God, where did that one come from? I'm trying to think of where I got that one, but the snakes like that, with thinner bands like to come from the north of Langtree and 277 area. I'm trying to think of where I got this one. I cannot remember right off the bat, but I was astonished to see. Oh, this one came from. I'll think of it in a minute. I'm not sure. I got to. In fact, Caleb, go find out. Go look at it.
And then is this another rock?
Yeah, they're all lapidus, but from different areas. They look different. That's
so yeah, that shows the diversity.
It's from where the area that they're from. They blend in with the rocks. Is basically
they
what
sure do.
And
this one blew me away.
Damn, I'm trying to remember where I got that one. I got so many of them, Steve. It was hard for me to remember, but that one blew me away, man. It was so light in coloration.
Okay, so we'll take a little turn here. We're still staying on the venomous. Unfortunately, I'm tricked out on the venomous, so I chose a lot of those pictures, guys. Just because I don't get that opportunity where I'm from. So how about this little beauty?
That one was one I photographed, I think. Oh man, hold on. I don't know if that was Everglades of Florida or that's a Texas. I cannot remember. That's not enough for me to go on because I kicked so many pictures. I'm not sure. But no, I mean.
So tell everybody what they're looking at here, what you came across.
Well, that is a cottonmouth, but I'm trying to remember which area that was from. I mean, I take so many pictures, Steve. It's hard for me to remember this one.
I was just wanting to show the difference for those out there.
Well,
but
first of all, it's sometimes very hard for people that don't know snakes very well at all and not versed. And they can tell it's venomous because of the triangular head. That's a giveaway right there. But I mean, they always say they're cottonmouths, even though it could be copperheads. They look similar, but they're really not. I mean, they're different. They're different snake, but they are all venomous. But if somebody said, it's copperhead, it's a cottonmouth, whatever, it's still venomous. But the thing is, with a lot of water snakes, they can splay their heads out to look venomous too. That's part of what they do to be left alone. They want to look
and bad. They do it very well.
Yeah, and a lot of people kill them because of that, and they're not even venomous, but they try to mimic these guys. But no, the cottonmouths, I mean, I've never had a cottonmouth attack me and try to chase me away. They're always running from me. And I don't know where these people come up with the stories from, but if they're aggressive and they're chasing you, there's something else to the story. That's all I can say. But I'm not sure where that one was, but I've been taking, when Caleb and I went to the Glades, we took a lot of pictures out there. I mean, there's one 5-foot cottonmouth that had a head the size of, I mean, it was big. It was like, I didn't even want to mess with it. It was huge. But we had a great time out there. So it could have been one of those pictures out there. Could have been one in here. I take so many, I can't keep up with myself. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. So we'll throw this one up here. So tell everybody what we've got here.
That is a black-neck garter snake that I found on the river road. Again, west of Lajitas and east of Presidio, that nice little stretch there. And they like to come out when it rains. You found a lot of them when it rains. You'll see them out there looking for frogs and stuff that's been run over in the road. That's an easy meal for them. But these are some of the prettiest garter snakes there are. They make great pets. I mean, they're so easy to keep. They'll just hold them, eat them out. They'll eat out of your hand, little goldfish, frogs, whatever. And they eat pinkies too. They eat mice as well. So they're actually very popular for pets, but I still have those in my room. I like them a lot. It's like kind of a menial snake, but hey, they make great pets and I like them. They bring me joy.
So there's quite a few really pretty garter snake species out there. Yeah. There really is. It just depends on where you're at and locale. Yeah. And you know, different areas don't have the same as what we have. We got quite a few garters up this direction. So I love this picture, and you've got this as your profile picture.
I
Just,
do.
man, could it have been any darker out that night for you, Wayne?
I don't know. That's my profile pic. I don't remember seeing that one.
I thought you had that as your profile pic.
No, not my profile, man. I don't even know what kind of snake I'm holding there. I can't tell.
So yeah, I guess I'm telling you that you should use it as your profile picture.
No, man, I look
Yeah,
too old there. Are you kidding me? Come on, man.
I thought it was a great shot, man. It's so dark in the backdrop. So for anybody that's wondering, he does have, you know, tongs and things like that he takes out in the field. Man, so is this early in the morning or is this coming in later in the evening?
Damn, Steve, I don't know. You've been taking these pictures you've been doing your research, man. This could have been 2 years ago, man. It looks like a little lepidus there to me, but man, it also looks like possibly the river road. But yeah, I'd say that's the river road. That was taken a year, I think maybe a year or two ago, because that's a little flashlight. I don't use those flashlights anymore, so that was at least a year or two ago. But I think that's a little lepidus on the river road there.
All right, so I'll hit you with a no-brainer on this next one, Wayne. So where's this at, man?
Are you in? This is great. All right. My wife and I had our 30th wedding anniversary a couple of years ago, and we decided to go to Palmetto State Park, which is where this is. And this is how cool my wife is, right? 30th wedding anniversary. So what do? We go and get a hotel off of Interstate 10 near the park. We go out to a great seafood steak restaurant for dinner on Saturday night. But we hunt all weekend and drive through the park and take pictures. There's also a loop outside the park where you can actually collect legally. But this is in the park, and we hiked the park and just had a great weekend, just us two. And
that's awesome.
We herped, man, and that's what it's all about, man. Enjoying the time, and we had a great time. It's a really pretty area. It's between Houston and San Antonio. That was how we spent our anniversary out there. And this is in the park. So we're just hiking around, enjoying the day.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, how about this oldie but a goodie, man? You've been into the gray bands for a minute, my boy Wayne.
This was in 1990. Ooh, this was back when we lived in the hood. I call it the hood. It's like the land that time forgot, man. This street should have been graded over years ago and poured concrete over. It's a bad neighborhood now. This was probably taken 1995, maybe. This actually was a Christmas card photo, or during the same time we were doing our Christmas cards photos, which are usually with reptiles. So that was in the mid-90s, probably. Mid-90s, I think that was.
I just saw it and I was like, man, look at my boy Wayne, dude.
You're doing your research, man. I like that.
Man, I went through and I was grabbing pictures of stuff that I was like, now this is interesting. This is cool. Which kind of leads us into the next stuff. And I kind of held out on some of the gray band stuff. Wow.
I got a story with that. Okay. This was Robert Hanson's snake. He's from California. A great guy, man. He writes books. He's very prolific in that, and a great herper. He breeds gray bands like they're going out of style. Well, this is one of his. This is from a photograph, and he photographed this and donated it to Snake Days, and it was an auction item. And of course, I like that picture, so it was between me and this chick that was at the show. And I noticed every time I'd go by and write a bid down, she would come in behind me and make a bigger bid. So I'm thinking, so I finally went over there and talked to her. I said, I see it's you and I are the ones bidding on this picture. I said, you must really like this, huh? He goes, yes, I do. I said, well, you know what? I'm going to have to go back. I'm going to have to go in there and write my bid on there again and go up a little higher. She goes, do you know who you're talking to? You're talking to an Hispanic woman. We get what we want. You're not going to win. I said, oh, is that right? So let me go there and put another $50 on the bid so I can jack it up for you. So anyway, go put another $50 on it. And it's like $250 by that time. Then she puts another 50 on it. So it's $300, right? Well, it just so happens that her husband is a Border Patrol agent who I met last year with Caleb and Kim. Super nice guy, man. Love him to death. They have a small kid. I met him too. And, I said, I'm going to let this girl have it because, I'm trying to raise money for the auction and I've already jacked the price up enough. But I don't want it. I'm going to let her have it because I like her husband. He's a cool dude. So I let her have it, but she paid $300 for that photograph. And
she was gonna have to win it after saying that.
I wouldn't do that to her. I mean, it's not that important to me. It's a beautiful snake. Even Robert Hansen goes, God, man, went for that much? I go, yeah, dude. Everybody wanted that thing, but everybody has a breaking point. Like she wasn't gonna go over 300. Neither was I, but I let her have it. But I went to see him just 2 weeks ago. I was down in Marfa. And he works the Border Patrol checkpoint down there. And I said, hey, man, I said, how's it going? And I asked him, I said, I've been all around Arizona, Texas, all that, and even New Mexico. I've always wanted a Border Patrol cap, a real one. I said, do you have an extra one I could have? He set me up with a Border Patrol cap and a patch. And I really appreciated that because I like wearing that stuff. And he set me up for that this time. Yeah, he's a super cool guy. And he caught his first alternative last month out of Sanderson. It was a beautiful male. And 2.5 weeks ago, he caught a female around the same place. So he's now got a pair. And he's just so thankful for everybody helping him with information. And everybody's been real nice to him. Super nice guy. So I'm glad his wife got the picture. I didn't want to fight about that. They deserve it, man. They're good people. I love them to death. So both of them are Border Patrol agents. So
that's awesome.
Yeah,
that's awesome. So this is one that you found in the field here, right?
All right. This snake here is obviously a Blair's phase gray banded king snake. This was found on 30-mile cut. It was actually 29 miles. We all call it 30. 30 miles north of Sanderson on 285, which is where all the truckers go. All the traffic goes up to, what is that? Not Comstock, but whatever that town is up there. I'll think of it in a minute. But it's a lot of truck traffic, but, it's a great for hunting Alterna. And I went up to that cut, and Meredith came with me that night. And I said, I'd like to catch something up here. Never caught one up here before. I said, okay, well, we're going to get out and we're going to walk these cuts until we find one. Used to be able to spotlight and drive, but not anymore because it's illegal. That's another story. Anyway, I said, well, seriously, the longest I can sit still or walk or stay in an area is 3 hours. I'm serious. That is my tops. So, okay, the long cut each side of the road. We're going back and forth, walking back and forth. We'll take a break, 5-10 minutes, sit in the car, have a drink or something, get out and walk again. So 3 hours is up, right? It's like 11:30 at night. I'm thinking, man, we've been here since 8 o'clock. So I stuck the key in the ignition, cranked it up, and we had radios that night. And Meredith was on the other side down at the bottom of the hill. And she goes, you need to get down here right now. Like when I hear that, anytime she speaks and we're looking for gray bands, she's found something. Well, since the car was already started, I said, I'm on my way. I was down there in 15 seconds, which was probably about a 30-second
Of
drive.
course.
So I hauled ass down there, screeched, brakes, everything, stopped the car, get out. And she goes, there it is. And there's this about 3-foot alternative stretched horizontally on the rock cut. I go, I don't understand how you do this. How the hell do you do this? So I'm getting ready to take a picture of it, like an in situ picture that everybody likes to see. Well, the thing starts crawling. I go, oh, there goes that picture. I wiped it out. I just put the phone down, went and grabbed the snake so it wouldn't get away. And that thing is just spinning. His tail was flapping, crap and spukes going everywhere. The snake's trying to bite me. It's going crazy, and the thing is still never settled down. But that was a male. I wish it was female, but I'm not. Beggars can't be choosers, right? That's a hell of a find, man. So that's my first Alterna I've ever found up north of Sanderson, and now I need to get a female.
Nice.
For it. Now, ironically, there was a snake hunter there from New Mexico 2 weeks before that had been hunting that cut for like, he would show up at 8 o'clock and hunt till 3 in the morning looking for a male. And he would control that cut all night long, literally all night long for 5 days. And finally he didn't find anything. Kept asking, did you find anything? Well, the next week Meredith and I go there and find that male. I didn't know he's looking for a male, but he has 2 females and 1 male. He wanted another male to make it even. So I got that male, I guess, which, hey, that's the way it goes, man. But
hard work pays off.
Yeah, it does. And I'm telling you, it's happened repeatedly, man. It's like, I don't question her anymore. Whatever she says, you do. I'm telling you, you got, it gets, she's like a 100% track record. I mean, 100% success. Like, how do you argue with that, right?
So I got another story I want to ask you about, and maybe it's our wrap up story or whatever. But
you're wrapping this up this soon.
Well, it's the Daytona story that you told me about chasing the gray band and her just seeing the speck.
Okay.
So I'd like to hear that story, because that's a story now. This is a herper's herper, everybody.
All right. So same person, Meredith Worley, my gray band hunting person. There you go. Look at her. So I'm in my old Chevy Blazer S10. And this is like 15 years ago, maybe, I guess. Don't quote me on that. But anyway, we're hunting. And we're spotlighting at the time, because it was legal back then. Legal, I might add. And she spots this stuff on the rock. And she goes, hey, go back, stop, go back. Okay, I'm going back, because I'm not going to question her ever again. So I back up. She goes, I see orange up there. You need to go up there and check that out. I look and I go, that's like 14, 15 feet up on the rock cut with loose shale, like 5 or 6 feet up on the cut. I can't even climb it without having a collapse. It's like, okay, well, I mean, come on, man. That's a spot of orange. I mean, come on, man. No, you need to go. I told you, you need to check that out. You need to check that out. Okay, so how do you expect me to do that? And again, I explained to her that starting to climb on the rocks, it's loose shale. I don't want to ruin the hood of my car. Like, okay,
or break my legs.
Yeah, well, that's me. Shit. Who cares about that? You don't want to ruin your car. So I'm going, okay, well, here, let me think about this. All right, well, I'll tell you what. The only way I can do this is to T-bone my car into the rock cut as close as I can get. That will get me above the loose rock. Then I can be on stable rock, and then I can climb up. Okay, I can do that. All right. I'm thinking, I'm saying, this is bullshit. I just want you to know it's bullshit. I'm doing this for no reason, just to satisfy you. That's what I said. So I'm climbing up the rocks. I have no pillowcase, nothing. Just because I'm thinking it's bullshit. It's nothing. It's a little piece of construction tape is what I'm thinking. So I go up the cut, way up there, and she's still spotlighting, holding the spotlight for me. And I get up there eye level, and there's a little shelf, probably goes back about 6 inches back, which you're not going to see from the road. And I stick my head up there, and there's like a 2.5 foot female Blair's Alterna just sitting there. And she saw that speck of orange from where she was off the highway. And I'm going, son of a bitch. I said, it's a gray band. She starts screaming, I told you. I was screaming.
And you knew
it. Like, okay, great. It's like, okay, I'm like, wow, it's not biting or anything. I was like holding it in my hand. This is awesome. Like,
here we go. Here we go.
What the hell am I going to do? Have shorts on, have a pocket, but it ain't going to work. Well, shit. I got to go down the cut with 2 hands. Well, I have no choice but to put it in my mouth, and hopefully it doesn't bite and speak all over me. So I went ahead and put the snake in my mouth and started climbing down the rocks. And thank God it didn't do anything. But I hear this, do you have that son of a bitch in your mouth? I'm thinking, like, yeah. So I get down to the bottom and get down on the hood of the car.
I sure do.
Yeah. Like I just did that, right? So anyway, I caught the snake. I had to put it in my mouth to go down the rock cut and get it in the pillowcase. Because I thought it was BS. I've never, ever again said I will do anything. If she says something, you listen. Never dispute her, ever. Because whatever she says, it's going to be. Let's put it that way.
And when she does talk, it's very important to get there fast.
Yes. Yeah.
It's important.
Well, she's got a very good track record. Let's put it that way.
So that's the pictures that I found. Those were just a few stories. Why don't you, if you're not ready to get off here, why don't you keep us going and tell us a couple other stories that I'm not privy to?
Well, the one you're privy to, I just want to acknowledge John Hollister because everybody knows the guy. We talked about this the other day, but back in 1987, they were actually filming, what is that? Hey, Ken. What's that 87 movie they filmed with the
Hi, Caleb.
With what's his name in there? I got to ask the wife.
Gotcha.
The movie they filmed in West Texas in 87 with what's his name? The kid? Dove. Lonesome Dove. They were filming Lonesome Dove back in 87. This is when this happened. And we were out there, we made a stop, and he go, hey, well, why don't y'all, if y'all are hanging out, why don't y'all go and be part of the movie crew? They're filming a movie out here called Lonesome Dove.
Yeah.
It's like they need extras. And like, I looked at my friend and I said, no, man, snake hunting is more important. We don't want to do that. So we continued to snake hunt, and he's driving and I'm in the passenger seat, and we're going through Langtree, and it was sundown. It's just dusk. And I was spotlighting, he's driving. Back then, between 1977 and 1987, it was illegal to collect anything, right? So we're like looking behind our shoulders and stuff, getting kind of nervous. I'm spotlighting the rock cut. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, this car comes skidding in between the rock cut and our car. Gravel goes flying, dust and everything, and I see this side-mounted spotlight on the car, a white car. It's like unmarked. I'm thinking, oh shit, we're busted, man. I was hunting with a Brinkman spotlight with a slide switch. Anybody knows about those lights, they get hot fast. So I dropped the light, didn't bother about the switch, and they just scared the crap out of me. I'm looking, I said, oh man, we're busted, dude, we're busted. And this guy gets out of the car, and he's got a cigarette in one hand and a cup of coffee in the other. And he gets out, shuts the door, walks up to us. He goes, "How y'all doing tonight? Y'all having any luck?" Like, I looked at him and go, "Who the fuck are you?" I was like, "Who are you?" He goes, "Oh," puts a cigarette in his mouth. "John Hollister, how are you doing?" Shakes my hand like, "Okay." He goes, yeah, I hunt alternative out here all the time. Just want to see how you guys are doing." I go, "You son of a bitch, don't you ever do that to me again. Ever do that to me again. You scared the hell out of me, dude." Like, that was my first run-in with John Hollister. And he scared the crap out of us. And, just to go on to find out he's one of the most successful alternative hunters out there. And he just lived out there. He literally lived out there. And that was my run-in with John Hollister. Great friend. Everybody knew him. And we were able to put a marker for him. He passed away a few years ago. Put a nice marker. Everybody likes to pay homage and stop and get their picture taken at John's marker. But he was a cool dude, man. I miss him, and I know a lot of other people miss him too. But that was one of my stories that I wanted to share with everybody, because everybody.
Yeah, you make it sound like you're driving along in some Mad Max vehicle, just jumps on the road right next to you.
Kind of how I felt at the time, because I was in 1987. I've only been hunting snakes for 5-6 years out there. Before that, it's like, I didn't know what was going on out there. He scared the crap out of me, but only to find out he did that with everybody. He talked to everybody. If you ask 90% of the people that you go up and talk to, they will tell you they met John Hollister out on the highway in the middle of the night looking for gray bands. So he was just a very iconic person out there, and there's not many people that don't know his name.
Well, that's a very unique story that you have of him, for sure.
I would always call him and go, "John," on the way out to West Texas, "Hey, is it going to be good for herping tonight?" "Oh, let's look." It's all barometric pressure, 97.6, temperature, let's see, southeast winds 10 to 15 miles an hour. He'd go through all the scenario, and he goes, "Yeah, I think it's a good night to herp." And he'd hear him blowing his cigarette smoke and shit. And I call him sometimes. He goes, "Winds out of the north, 30 miles an hour." He goes, "Just stay home. Just stay home. Don't do anything. Just stay where you're at." And then when he got to the end of his life, I could tell that he used to be fun. I used to talk to him all the time. I wanted to make him, keep him relevant in the conversation. Say, "John," this is like 6 months before he died, I guess. "John, how you doing, man?" It's like, "Give me a snake hunting report. Tell me, are we going to have any luck tonight?" And he goes, "Well, shit, I don't know. Just look up Google and you fucking tell me." You got like, "Whoa, I've never heard that before, John." It's like, well, I could tell he was like kind of tired of everything at that point. And I could tell things were changing, and that kind of sucked because I knew that something was going on. But he would always love to tell me about the weather report and tell me what kind of luck he thinks I would have that night. But yeah, we miss John, man.
Yeah, well, I appreciate you sharing that story. What a wild story for a first time meeting somebody. I mean, it almost locked you guys together. So for anybody that's going to see this, Wayne, that's not familiar with who we are, so somebody that's just kind of coming across this, what is your advice for somebody that's like, "Oh, I want to go to these spots and see this stuff"? What type of, maybe tell people some of the quick little dangers or some of the things that you may run across that, you know a lot more about that than I do.
Well, as much as I hate to say it, but everybody needs to have their hunting license. They need to have their $10 reptile and amphibian stamp. Can all go on the same piece of paper. But you're talking about $35 right there just for the hunting license. This is in-state. $35 is all you need. You need to wear a reflective vest with 444 square inches of reflective material which is really basically a class 3 construction vest. That's all you need. You have to have these 3 items to legally collect in Texas, and that's if you're in the state. You can look and see how much an out-of-state hunting license is, which is a couple of $100 more, as in every state would be. But you got to make sure that base is covered. You want to go out here and look for snakes. Try to not to spotlight, because you will get a citation for it if you come across the wrong game warden that has, something up his craw that he wants to like go ahead and give you a ticket. It is illegal to spotlight now from the vehicle, so you're better off getting out and walking. And sometimes it's very, trip over rocks. It's kind of dangerous in my opinion, but that's kind of what you need to do. So get those licenses, get out and walk the cuts, spend a lot of time on the cuts, get some good flashlights, and spend some time on the cuts, because obviously my eagle eye friend that I've been talking about, I don't think I would have caught half of the stuff I had without her, because I just don't have the patience to do it. So you need to have the patience when you come out and walk the cuts back and forth for 3 hours if you have to, because you never know when that snake's going to come out. I used to do very well just road collecting, but it's not as prevalent as used to be. You don't find that much anymore on the road. But again, they've made that illegal too. They can write you up for that. So, just walk the cuts, see what you can do. Snake hunting's fun out here. It's just that you need to know the laws and what you're getting into, so they don't write you up. And so you won't have to come back and fight a stupid ticket, especially if you're out of state. So.
And you actually went a little bit different direction. You were talking about the legality. I guess what I was kind of leading was, if somebody just sees this that's just run-of-the-mill Joe Schmo, and they're like, hey, I'm going to go find a rattlesnake, that can be very dangerous for somebody to just decide to go out and do something like that without having the knowledge of some of the native species in the area. Got to be mindful of that sort of stuff, because what I hate to hear is somebody accidentally got bit because they were next to a rock or something, and then that animal can be villainized, and really it just was scared, had the shit scared out of it, so I guess it's just some of there are dangers in going out. Now, I'm not going to tell people not to do it, because I absolutely love it. There's no place I would rather be than outside. That's why I'm always in my vehicle. I'm always somewhere. And when we get done here, I'm getting out. I'm at a state park, and I'm going to go.
Are you really?
Yeah, I am. Yes, I am, always. It's just a matter of where I am. But I love that stuff, man. Wayne, do you have any other stories that you would like to tell, or anything that you would like to tell the audience?
Well, I mean, what you just covered, what would you like me to say about that? I talked about the legalities, because if somebody sees this and they want to come out herping, they need to know what the law is to make their experience, less tragic. Like it could.
Well, yeah.
So, what would you like me to cover on that?
I think that's pretty much what I said was kind of the direction that I was going on. That was just be cautious when you go out in the field, guys. Obviously, Wayne, you've been doing this for how long now? A long time.
I've actually been field collecting in West Texas since 1981 actively, but I've had herps basically all my life. So, at least since 80, you can say West Texas since 1981.
Yeah. And with some people, man, this reptile thing, this snake thing, it is a way of life, and this is a prime example for everybody. Wayne lives this stuff, man. I really appreciate you giving us some time, sharing some of your stories with us. You're just a wealth of knowledge to us younger guys. So, and I love to hear it. I absolutely will be coming out there to spend some time with you guys. Hopefully we get a chance to go herping, but I just want to come out and spend time with you guys,
Well,
man.
I can tell you, between you and I, you come out here, I take you out snake hunting, you will no longer live in Missouri because you'll be working on efforts to move out here. I can promise you.
Okay, so there's already like a serious problem with that. So there's 2 states that I'm just like, oh my gosh, I would live there. Texas and Tennessee. I don't know why, but man, I really love both of those states. And every time I've come to Texas, I like the people down there. I've got some getting used to with the heat. It's different than I'm used to. But it's, I think that anywhere you go, there's going to be something that people are going to bitch about. It's just human nature. And I just love those places, man.
Well, Texas is hot, but you mainly in West Texas, you don't herp during the day. It's all at night. And when you start herping, you stay out all night long into the morning. If you want to be extremely successful, you hunt until basically 8:30 in the morning from 12 solid hours is what, if you want to be successful with everything, you need to stay up that long. You sleep 5 hours during the day and then eat lunch, go back to bed, have a nap, and you do it all over again. That's how you do it.
There it is, man. So you heard it here first. Wayne, I appreciate your time. Caleb, come on here and say hi. I know it's killing you. Come on. Come on. There's been people that were asking about you. So for those that don't know, this is Caleb. And Caleb, he likes attention, so we need to make sure that we need to make sure we give him some attention.
Well, I'm gonna have to bust in on his interview when you have it.
I'm telling you, it would not be a show if you didn't pop in and say, "It's your boy Wayne." Man, when me and Caleb used to go live, that was one of my favorite things. And you can ask him. I would ask him directly, "Hey, dude, where's your dad?"
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Where's your dad?
I tell you what, go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say, Caleb, you've been out on a lot of these. Why don't you close us off with one of these herping adventures that you've been on with your dad? Whether you found it, he found it. What was a special time for you? Because with my dad, he was a semi-professional bass fisherman, and it was really special time when I was out in the boat with him fishing. So, as the son in a situation, you may have a different perspective on something that you thought was special.
So when I was 4 years old, my dad and I went to the West Texas desert. This was like 2003, 2004. We were hunting the Langtree Dirt Road on the rock cuts. This was before the spotlighting was legal, as well as catching snakes on the road illegal. So we were spotlighting the rock cuts in Langtree, and about halfway up the cut, there was a bull snake crawling on the cut. And I was 4 years old at the time, so I got out of the car with my dad, and my dad touched the snake to see if it was okay to pick up, because bull snakes can be aggressive.
Sure.
Defensive. And it didn't try to crawl away or
it was a cool snake.
Yeah, it was a cool snake. So
yeah.
And I grabbed it, and mind you, I was 4 years old. I decided to name it Drawer.
Drawer, like
pull a drawer out, like a drawer full of clothes.
Yeah,
or whatever. So I was 4 years old at the time, and that snake lived for 6 years for me. Died when I was 10 years old. He died 16 years ago, and he was pretty much my best friend. So years later, he gave the ball pythons to me to breed, and my first morph I ever made was a pied, and we didn't know that the dad, which was a pastel head pied, we didn't know the dad was het pied. He proved het pied, but the mom was het pied. And long story short, the father came from a wild caught female imported from Africa, and the father ended up proving pied or het pied. And when I was looking at the father while the pied was hatching, I was like, "Where are your pied markers, dude?" Because he didn't have any. He had no tracking, no ringers. So I'm like, "What? How did you prove het pied without any pied markers?" So I found out later, not all heads have markers, whether for tracking or the pied ringers.
He kind of like put in two stories in one, but you know, the ringers are fine. But you know, he was just wanting to tell you that when he was 4 years old, I mean, I saw that snake, and this is not his first snake hunting trip, but we were together, and I went up there and touched the snake, and it was like chill, totally chill. So I said, "Okay, well, Caleb, I'm going to hold you up on the rock cut, and I want you to pick the snake up." And I couldn't take a video of it, obviously, because we're the only ones there. And he picked the snake up, and the snake was super cool snake, and he decided to name it Drawer after one of his programs he watches on TV back in the day.
Back when I was younger.
Yeah, but anyway, that was his favorite snake, and when it passed away, we had a little ceremony and buried it out in the yard.
Do you have pictures of a little 4-year-old Caleb out there?
Yes, there's a picture in my room.
Oh yeah.
I would love to see some of those.
It's too bad you don't have it.
Did he have his mustache?
I didn't even hit puberty then.
We can pencil that in. No, we'll do that when you have some ammunition for the next show.
Yeah, well, that's actually what I was getting ready to say, Wayne.
Yeah.
We are going to set up a show with Caleb sometime October or something like that. You could probably help me with sending some pictures so we can make it special for
I'll
him.
send you all kinds of pictures, man. Yeah, it'll be good.
There you go.
All right.
Yeah, hold on.
Oh,
There
wait, I zoomed out.
That's actually the actual snake.
Oh! Yeah, he was good size.
Yeah, about a 4 foot.
The snake too.
Yeah, snake too. Yeah, but that's KK right there.
There it is, guys. KK in the house.
Anyway,
I love it.
Hey, man, appreciate the interview, man. It was fun, and you need to come to Texas. You will never want to go back home. I promise you.
I know. I'm going to get down there, and we'll see about spending a couple days. And with that, Wayne, I'm going to let you guys go. Thank you for your time, brother.
All right, man. Thanks a lot. Have a good night.
KK, I will talk to you soon.
All right.
All right, man.
Have a good night,
All
guys.
right.
Later.
Yep. Later, guys. All right. So I always have so much fun with my boy Wayne and Caleb, obviously. So definitely give them check them out. You've got Wayne's World of Snakes, Caleb's Exotics, I believe, if I'm not right about that. As a matter of fact, let's bring Dad back out. Is it Caleb's Exotics, right?
Caleb's Exotics and more.
And more. Don't forget, man, it's a lot more than just that. So you get the whole experience when you mess with the Howell family. And that's what I've got for you guys. I will tell you, we've got some really exciting stuff coming up here this weekend with Show Me. We have the St. Louis Show Me Reptile Show, and then we also have Coldblooded Fest, where I will actually be at. So let's roll this real quick, guys. And a little bit of a spoiler for everybody. Next Wednesday, we've got Ryan Thomas in the house breaking down the walls of negativity. We're going to go over some of the stuff that you may run into when you decide that you want to transition across. And I'm going to give you a spoiler. I'm going to bust his intro.
SSR, SSR, SSR.
Oh boy, here we go. That one, and that one, and that one, and that one. Yes. Wow. I'd say yes and now. More. Rock and roll. Wait, what?